So how do we turn a loop into a finished song? That is the hurdle that most of us producers face, how to progress the arrangement and finish the song. Luckily, there's a few techniques that we can use to get over this hurdle, and I'm going to teach them you in this video. Let's dive in. All right, so we're going to start off with a simple piano progression in D minor. I'm just going to use my CC Keyscape rack. It's basically just Keyscape on the cinematic preset with warm, and then I've got some OTT, some reverb, and some RC20, giving it some vinyl noise. Let's give it some fifths. I'm going to do some kind of melody thing up top. All right, perfect. That sounds really emotional to me. I'm happy to continue with that. We're going to work in 8-bar loops. The general rule of thumb is that every 8 bars, something should change. Something should get added or taken away, just to let the listener know that the track is progressing, just to hold the listener's interest, to be honest, is like a big part of it. All right, so the way that I think about arrangement is I ask myself a couple easy questions. Number one, is the energy going up in the next section or is it going down in the next section? And after we've answered that question, then it's how do we execute that? So we've got our first 8 bars, but for the next section, I'm thinking that we up the energy, we add to it. There's actually a number of things we can add. Let's visualize this in frequency ranges. So let's say our piano is somewhere in the middle from about 800 to 2000 hertz. We can have stuff underneath the piano and we can have stuff above the piano. We can have drums and bass underneath, and we can have stuff like atmospheres and effects above. For this example, let's do a bit of both. So as we progress into this next section, maybe we add some filtered drums and then we add some stuff on top to like build the track, add dynamic to it. One thing that I like to do as well, manipulate velocity. So you could start off the velocity is quite low. Now, by doing this, what we're doing is we're making the piano get a little bit more aggressive as the track goes on. Think about how an actual piano player would perform in a track. They might dynamically get a bit more louder on the piano towards the chorus, but at the start, it might be a lot softer. So that's the way I visualize it. And this really helps to keep interest in the track, because even though we've just got one instrument here now, it's evolving. If we listen from the start, and then by the time we get to here, as opposed to that same section here, we can go a little bit higher. And there we go. So here, let's add some filtered drums. Let's go for a kick. Perfect. And I usually go for a rim shot for this part. Let's just go for that for now. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just give some slight variations to some of these offbeat ones. Sweet, and then I can just get rid of those guys and duplicate these over. And we're going to add a reverb to this rim shot. It'll all make sense in a minute. EQ. Go. Same for the kick. Roll off some of those tops. I'm actually going to roll off a little bit of low end as well. There we go. And in between this stuff, I'm gonna add a little bit of like low percussion. Something like this should do it. Let's get some sensory percussion. That's cool. There's some parts in there that are a bit too held out, so I'm gonna see if beats mode will help us out here. Still a little bit busy. Let's chop it up. What do we like? What don't we like? Hey, there we go. Let's just keep the one. I don't like these ones. There we go. Them two. We find some other bit for that. Bum bum, these two maybe. They're the same, right? So let's pitch this one down. Yeah. Turn them down as well. There's our loop. Let's just consolidate that, and we can just roll off those highs again. All right, and then we can add some atmosphere over the top. So we're in D minor or F major. So let's see what we've got. F major, major. Let's see. I'm actually going to add some atmosphere myself from Labs as well. Labs has got this really sick one called, I think it's Arctic Swells. Is it? Yeah. I think it's a decay one I like. Yeah, that's what good. And then basically I'm just going to mess around on the keyboard and just kind of come up with some sort of pattern to see what kind of works. That's it. Okay, and then what we're basically going to do is we're going to keep this going. So we've got our next 8 bars done now. Let's just have a listen to see how they go together. Beautiful. Okay, so that works for the fact that these two start beforehand. So these two are acting as transitional effects. If I take them away, just have a listen to the difference. It's all right, but it's a bit abrupt. Like the drums just kind of start out of nowhere. These two act as like they suck you into the next section. Yep, and I can think of one other way that we can make this a little bit better as well, is by duplicating this guy, getting rid of all these, and we're going to reverse the kick into itself. I usually just move it in a little bit closer and just do something like that, and I'll make it like 2 dB quieter than the actual kick. Let's go a little bit quieter. Boom. Nice. Okay, so we have section 2. And by section 2, I mean this is section 1. This is section 2. How can we make the energy pick up even more for section 3? What we can do is we can duplicate this over. Boom. We can duplicate all these over. This is already carrying on, but it's kind of fading out there. So it's making me think I want to add another atmosphere in there to kind of take over from this one when it drops out. That's cool, but I don't know if it'll work. And it does. We have a winner. Okay, all I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that. I'm going to reverse it so that it reverses back into itself. And it actually reaches all the way to the end. Perfect. I'm probably going to do that as well, just so that we don't lose this one completely. I'm going to make this like 30 minus 32, just a little bit quieter than that one. Okay, how can we pick up the energy here? We've got all these bits in again. We're going to extend labs over as well, so let's quickly do that now. Dun, dun, dun. Nice. So what can we do to the piano to make it a little bit more evolved? Well, we can always go and layer up the octaves. Boom. We can always add more notes. Okay, that's what we're doing now. Boom. Oh, let's go up to that E. That'll raise the energy a little bit. Because what I like to do as well is raise the energy right before you come to the next section. If you want to drop down the energy, which I do, I kind of think like for the 4th section, let's take the energy down. Maybe that's a chorus section. So raising this last note here, I think will help us lead into that a bit better. But just take a listen. So here's the one before it. The exact same instrument. All we've done is we've just amplified and we've modified that same instrument to make it way more interesting as the track progresses. Okay, what can we do to the drums? Well, for starters, we could take off this. So it's fully open at that point. Let's do that. So I'm just gonna have this EQ just turn off at 17. Nice, okay. With this, at this point, let's open it. Too much. With this, let's take that off at that point. Yep, that way. Okay, now we need to layer up the snare a little bit. So let's go for maybe a hip hop snare. How does that sound in the mix? Maybe still too open on the EQ. of reverb. Let's see if one of these like plate reverbs will do better. Snare reverb. That's too open. All right, let's do a clap. I want to try this. It sounds a bit weird. I don't know if this is going to work. But there's only one way to find out. Let's remove that low end. Maybe that one has the little lead in it. Yeah. We're creating interest. On this one, we have maybe a reverb clap. Something like that. Turn off warp because warp sucks. Beautiful. I just don't want all that kind of like low mids in it though. So that's a lot. I don't also want all that highs in here, so let's try and like tailor this to a bit around there. Nice. And again there, and that'll lead as a transitional effect into our chorus. Beautiful. Okay, I also want a transition effect going into there, so we're going to type in transition. We're going to go for one of the horizons one. Number 3 is always a good one. Again, unwarp it. And, oh, that looks bang on. So these transition effects allow you to get from one section to the next. Let's add a shaker loop. What do we got? I'm going to use Ableton's like warp feature thing to kind of just test these out before I drag them in. Maybe that one? I can fuck with that. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Just drag that in. That's a bit too full on. Perfect. All right, so in this section, We're gonna go up about 7 dB or something. Something crazy. Perfect, okay. Shut up. So let's compare what's going on here. So we've had the same piano from the start. Section 1. Section 2 starts getting a bit bigger here. Section 3. Drums. We've gone from 2. And atmosphere, we've gone from 2. So I hope you're seeing here how we're using very little new elements and still making the track evolve, so that every time we add something new, it's very purposeful. It's not like we're not trying to make this piano bigger. We're not trying to stack up another piano. We're just using a very good piano to begin with and just making it better. Not even better over time, just evolve over time, because there's nothing wrong with it here either. It's perfect for where it is. But as the track progresses, it's naturally going to want to get a little bit bigger. And then when the chorus hits, maybe we take it back down. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to see. We're going to use some effects now to bring us into the chorus. I'm going to use my favorite, the Cashmere Stomp. It just works. It just works. Like that. Perfect. See how it sounds? It's going to be a little bit loud. A little bit. And we've made it to the chorus. Fuck. So at this point, I'm going to copy that for now. Let's see. Let's just see. A handy tip for arrangements is to throw in an a cappella of a song that you really like, so that you're inspired by it, so that you can see what's working and you can see really what the mix needs. I don't usually do it this way. I will always start a track with a vocal so that I can build around that vocal and kind of arrange it that way. But I know a lot of producers don't do it that way, so I wanted to show this way of doing it. But let's add in this vocal now. Actually, my track Crying You Out is in the same key.
Crazy how you work. Crazy how your world could change in one phone call.
Okay, perfect. So we've actually already arranged this in the same sort of way. We have a bit of an intro, verse starts, chorus. Perfect. So let's have a listen to how this sounds. Actually, I know this is going to need some reverb, so let's just quickly do that. So for anyone that doesn't know, the way to add reverb as a send is you put your reverb down here on one of these guys. So for instance, you just drag it onto the return. Keep it at 100%. I usually do my vocal reverbs at about 8-9 seconds. A little bit of that. And then all you do is you come over to here and you increase. So like this means no send, like you're not getting anything.
Crazy how you
More, if you go to 0,
crazy how you work.
you know, just find a balance.
Crazy how your world could change in one phone call.
And then I add an EQ after that.
Crazy how your world could change in one phone call.
Sweet.
It's crazy how your world could change in one phone call. Here's the house we built, but the love and the magic is gone. Why do the good times feel so short and the bad times long? I thought we were happy, I guess I was the only one. I'm still crying you out. You're in every drop that falls to the ground.
So now I'm just going to decide whether I want to take the piano and keep it this strong or just dial it down a little bit. So let's remove some of these.
I'm still crying you out.
Let's take the drive back down as well. Okay, so we are actually going to keep the low notes, except with the drive taken down, it's kind of nice.
Still crying you out. You're in every drop that falls to the ground. And I'm hoping that the feeling.
Beautiful. Okay. At this point, we can add maybe some of these atmospheres back in. Let's see how this sounds. No, I definitely want to take the energy down. So we're going to remove all atmospheres. Maybe we'll have like some kind of low droning. So let's type in drone and see if we can get anything. Maybe that. Really EQ'd. E minor, D sharp, D. Maybe that.
I'm still crying you out.
That's perfect. You can just hear these two drones like in the gaps of the vocal. They're not overpowering so that they're taking anything away from the piano or the vocal, but they're just filling out space on the in-betweens. Watch out. If I'll take these away during those gaps, you'll hear the difference.
I'm still crying you out.
As opposed to.
I'm still crying you out.
Yeah.
You're in every drop that falls to the ground.
And then we could transition into another section here. Maybe we start the build up from here.
And I'm hoping that.
No. For some reason, because of the energy being so low, it feels to me like the build up wants to kind of start from about there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this. I am going to put one there. So get rid of these two. But this one is going to have an EQ on it. I could have just automated an EQ, but what's the fun in that?
Falls to the ground. And I'm hoping that the feeling dies.
It's an impact, but it feels more emotional. It's not as like impactful. Maybe we bring in some strings. So Hans Zimmer. Let's go cello. Bum. Maybe we go. I love that. I'm going to get another cello in there that's a little bit more stronger in the mids. This one's more of like a character layer. Whereas this one, we can go 20 cellos center and go for lungs. Perfect. For this, I'm just going to add some dynamics. So dynamics is modulation 1, CC1, or your mod wheel. You can automate with your mod wheel if you wanted to. I'm just going to draw it in here. It's kind of how I do it. Boom. I'm going to kind of make it peak at around there and then come back down. Something like that. Too much. I'm going to copy this to the other cellos as well.
Why do the good times feel fun? Why do the good times feel so?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start copying over some stuff from here into that next build-up section. So like some of the transitional elements.
Still crying you out. I'm still crying you out.
At which point we can maybe start a riser. Shove that in there for now.
I'm still crying.
So we keep all of this going. Yeah. Keep all of that going, all of this going. We want to do that, right? I think so. Keep that going.
I'm still crying.
Now for this section, we can again, just make it get bigger. Here we go. We can make the strings get bigger by octaves. Add another fifth in. We can go back to the dynamics and we can make them a bit stronger. For this one, maybe we add another note up top. Maybe we add a C that just holds up. Or maybe an F.
But I'm still crying you out. I'm still crying you out.
Let's pick up the intensity now. Maybe we add in a guitar from Electric Sunburst. And we do it on melody. Go to straightforward, it's my favorite preset, and then go to, oh shit, no, we're recording now. Go to muted. And we just put in the progression, so it's D. Let's keep that going. A sharp, F, E. That doesn't sound muted at all. I suppose it does. Let's add the fifth synth. So it's just 7 semitones up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can hear already how we're adding like a lot more energy to it now. I don't like how aggressive this comes in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to automate this gain here. Next section, still treat these as sections. We're going up in... Now, a down sweep will always add some hype. Just something like that, something simple. Turn gain off, the warp off, sorry.
I'm still crying you out. I'm still crying.
And then we're going to cut everything there. And then simply, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, just because this was more about an arranging stuff. We add in some like build-up drums here, drum loops. So we've got, yeah, something like that.
All the tears are dry, but I'm still crying. I'm still crying.
And then, you know, we could add in like a kick. Just something quite punchy like that. Bum, 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 bum. And then let's maybe filter that kick in. And just add that vocal back.
I'm still crying you out. Oh, it's I'm still crying.
And then what I like to make sure happens is that like everything gets cut dead silent, because it sounds so unprofessional when you've got all this stuff carrying on over.
I'm still crying.
So just simply, boom. Same for the atmospheres as well.
I'm still crying.
And we've got a clean pre-drop going into a drop, which you can then just get to now, and that didn't take us too long. Okay, let's have a listen from the start. Let's see how that all sounded.
It's crazy how your world could change in one phone call. Here's the house we built, but the love and the magic is gone. Why do the good times feel so short and the bad times long? I thought we were happy, I guess I was the only one. I'm still crying you out. You're in every drop that falls to the ground. And I'm hoping that the feeling dies when all
That is how you arrange a song very easily. Just take it step by step. But just take it section by section and just ask yourself those two simple questions. Am I going up in energy or down in energy? And to do that, what do I need for those? What elements can I add to take it up in energy with what I've already got? If this was of any value to you, please drop me a like and subscribe on the video. It would mean a huge deal to me. And let's push this out. Let's try and help as many producers as possible. And if you want to take this a step further and help support me in what I do, then join me at the Sound Horizon Academy. There's plenty of stuff on there for you to further your music production learning, or jump on a one-on-one call with me where I can help you personally with your own music. Peace.